Hello, this is Commissioner Alana Sanders coming to you today as Professor Sanders. And today's teachable moment is Fairview Community Park. That has been a very, very hot topic, and some information that was put out there has not been true. So let's break down Fairview Community Park. It's a park that's inside of a subdivision. That subdivision is Fairview Estates subdivision off of Fairview Road. Yes, that is your county park located inside of a subdivision. Your tax dollars are paying to maintain it as well. Well, let's talk about it, okay? So Commissioner Sanders did not get in office until 2021. Remember that year, 2021. Fairview Community Park was established in 2010. So 2021, 2010, okay? So the reason why they established this park, because we were doing a recession. We know in 2008 to 2010, all that time was recession. So the planning for this park was started in 2008, and the county received a grant. They received a grant, a stabilization grant. And what that stabilization grant did, it provided funding to where the county also purchased 10 homes. They purchased 10 homes inside of the subdivision. They purchased 10 homes inside of the subdivision. Some of them were worth between $30,000 to $50,000. These are your townhomes that are in Fairview Estates. So guess what? Your county became a mortgage loan officer, kind of sort of. But we had a company, a nonprofit company that maintained it for us during that time. So while that nonprofit company was helping the county, people bought the homes for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and that company actually was collecting the mortgage for the county. So now in 2023, they came before the board to close it out. But let's go back. How much did we spend on that park? Before Commissioner Sanders came in place, the park was not maintained. It wasn't on a regular schedule. It was also had a lot of trees. Guess what? It was dark. There was no light. And there was also people parking there that were leaving their cars there overnight on county property, as well as people were dumping their washing machines in the woods. Okay, all of that was happening. There was no signage that was out there in order to stop all of these various things. Why? Because a lot of people in the county, in the area, and even in the subdivision thought the park belonged to the subdivision. So in 2008, we paid $2.1 million for the land and to build on the park. Now remember, it only had a playground that was about this size, and only one person can go down the slide, and it was a very small playground. It has a pavilion. Now, guess what? That pavilion wasn't even maintained. So when Commissioner Sanders came in office, guess what she did? She made sure those benches that were on that pavilion, because they were rusted and people were cutting their clothes and everything else, and it was harmful. She made sure every bench in that pavilion was changed. But guess what she also did? In 2022, so that multiple kids can play on it, she added a huge playground to where kids can play, go on a merry-go-round, monkey bars, and guess what she did for the adults? Yes, she added an outside workout center. But this entire park and everything cost 2.1, but the playground and everything that Commissioner Sanders put in place only costs $99,000. It's a bigger playground where kids and multiple people can play on it as well. As well as in 2024, go here. On the list for 2024, guess what's going to happen? The entire walking trail is about to be rebuilt and fixed. Not only that, Commissioner Sanders, along with the state parks and director and our director of Parks and Rec, we got together and viewed that park. We got the trees that were stopping visibility and allowing people to dump in the park. We got those cut down and we got that removed. As well as guess what? The park is on a maintenance schedule because it wasn't. You want to know why it wasn't on a maintenance schedule? Because people did not know the county owned the park. So Parks and Rec was not maintaining it or putting anything in place because they were not told to do so. And it wasn't also registered as a state park. So it wasn't taken care of. So we talk about crime and various things. The park was not even recognized by law enforcement for them to even watch this park. So that's why there was a lot of things happening within this park because nobody was maintaining it. But guess what? When Commissioner Sanders came in, 2021, I conversed with the sheriff, I conversed with the outreach directors, and guess what we did? We put a plan together. I also talked to the HOA as well to get some insight on moving the actual parking lot. Guess what? In order to get to the park, you have to go through the subdivision in a park that is owned by you. So it inconveniences the residents that are in the subdivision. And so we came up with a plan to move the location, and also the state parks and director said the same thing. Guess what? He said until these things are changed, he wouldn't even bring his wife and kids to this park. So guess what? In 2021, you had a state park and rec director that told us that this wasn't safe. So guess what we did? We brought that to the Board of Commissioners, and we're in 2024. The Board of Commissioners hasn't moved on it. So various things have happened. We spoke to the HOA on moving the parking lot to the other side of Hidden Chase Road. That actual road was given to me by the president of the HOA to move that park on the side of Hidden Chase Road. So also that Hidden Chase subdivision, who is also Promise Recreation, can also access the walking trail and everything that these taxpayers are paying for in this park that is owned by you and many of the individuals. So as of today, the sheriff came up with a plan. Our sheriff came up with a plan, and the sheriff stated that we need to move this parking lot. And guess what he also suggested, everybody? He said to fence in. I said that too in 2021, right? He said to fence in the park. And guess what? If we put cameras in the park, guess what the sheriff said he can do? That we have a crime unit that can monitor the park. His crime unit will monitor the park 24/7. We told that to the HOA. That was given to the commissioners. The sheriff gave a directive and no one moved. I want you to understand, one commissioner, I am one commissioner. It takes 3 commissioners to move anything in Newton County. So until it's provided so we can get that fence, we can get these cameras, and it can get monitored by the sheriff, we're stagnant. We're still in the same place. So Fairview Community Park, your commissioner has been working for you to try to get safety and to make sure things are put in place. But guess what? We got to work together. We got to make sure we take those egos aside and do what needs to be done. This is Commissioner Sanders giving you the facts on Fairview Community Park. Stay tuned for more.